Ridley Scott made Prometheus. Ridley Scott made Prometheus in 2011. Then he came back, and then he came back with Alien Covenant in 2017. Both were underwhelming to the general audience and critics. I thought those films were beautifully made, and they were too highbrow for the general audience. Too many, like, oh, where's the xenomorphs? That's all they wanted in Prometheus. Covenant comes out. What's with all this synthetic stuff? Why is there androids? Oh, where's, it's like, Ridley Scott has always been into androids, synthetics, AI. He did the first Alien. That's his shit. So many people just prefer Aliens, which is more action, more Army Marine fucking blasting xenomorphs in your face action. I like the franchise for the sci-fi element, the world building, the lore. I made a whole video about how Blade Runner is connected to Alien, the Predators, there's a whole timeline. So Blade Runner 2099 was announced, which is a sequel to Blade Runner 2049. 2099, that's a very interesting time because that's only a few years after Prometheus takes place. So I think we're going to see possibly the Wallace Corporation beefing with the Wayland Corporation or something like that. I think Blade Runner 2099 is going to be the series that really integrates the Alien franchise with the Blade Runner franchise, just because we don't see Earth in Prometheus, like the outside of Earth, basically, in that Prometheus movie. So I would be curious to see what that world looks like in 2099. And we've seen what it looks like in 2049. Replicants can basically they can be just like humans. They have babies with humans. They have souls. That's like the moral of the story. Blade Runner is pretty niche though. It wasn't successful. I think it won an Oscar for cinematography. It could be wrong. It underperformed at the box office, so we all thought it was done for. So Amazon is taking on the task of making a live-action Blade Runner series with Ridley Scott producing. That to me is all I needed to hear, because Ridley Scott is also producing an Alien series on FX. So as long as Ridley Scott's involved, all this shit's gonna, when in the grand scheme of things, it might be Easter eggs or whatever. They all inhabit the same world. And this is just good news for everything, for all those franchises. This is good news for Blade Runner. This is good news for Alien. This is good news for the Predator franchise. So as long as these franchises are going, I just worry, like, how much money are they putting into this Blade Runner show? Who's the cinematographer? The visuals are a key component to Blade Runner. You gotta have your neon, gotta have your fog, your rain, your smog, LA, flying around. You gotta have all that stuff, holograms and shit. So Blade Runner 2099. What do you guys think about this news? I'm hyped about it. Amazon has a track record. I don't think they cancel as many shows as Netflix, so I'm glad it's not going to Netflix. I thought maybe it would go to HBO, but since Raised by Wolves didn't do well, if they had the opportunity to do this Blade Runner show, I'm pretty sure they passed on it, because they're like, no, we just did Raised by Wolves and it wasn't doing that great. Zaslav's like, nah, I think we're good, Ridley. We're good for now. So Amazon's still doing good. They got The Boys. What else? Invincible. They just canceled that Paper Girl show. Lord of the Rings is doing okay right now. It's getting so-so reviews. I'm enjoying it for the most part. It's not like House of Dragon or anything. The landscapes are pretty sprawling though. The effects are pretty hardcore. It's a little slow. And for an 8-episode series, like, come on, guys. Pick up the pace. But when it comes to Blade Runner, fuck, dude. That was like a damn near 3-hour movie, and I was all in. Just on the visuals. Just Ryan Gosling walking around. For fucking 3 hours. I'm about it. What do you guys think about this news? Blade Runner 2099 with Ridley Scott coming back to produce the series. Do you guys want it to be on Amazon? Is that good news or bad news? Do you want a Blade Runner 29? Do you want a Blade Runner series? Do you think they should stick to movies? Do you think Blade Runner is played out? Is there a conversation to be had here? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, because it could go either way. They gotta put the money into it. Because if it doesn't look crispy, then it's gonna bomb. They did the Black Lotus Blade Runner series on Adult Swim. Wasn't a fan of the animation style. It just wasn't for me. I'll read the cliff notes and I'll get caught up in what happened. I prefer like an anime style, like 2D animation, like Blackout. Blade Runner did a Blackout short. It's like 15 minutes or something. That happens like before, a little bit before Blade Runner 2049, I'm sure, or was it after? I don't know. There's a few different shorts. So do your research. I'm excited. I'm Blade Runner all the way. Let's go. Replicants. Let's go. What do you guys think about Blade Runner 2099? Comment below in the comment section and let me know.